Hey guys, good to see you here again. And today I thought that it would be nice to show you how to prepare model for converting it to Assetto Corsa. I've got this Ford Mustang convertible model. It was made by Christian Lagrange, so of course all credits goes to him. It will be available for free on my Patreon, and based on this car I will show you how to, well, make your own car mod from scratch. Okay, so what you're gonna need is of course Blender or any 3D editing software. Uh, I use Blender because it's free and it's most convenient in my opinion. Uh, so yeah, you will need some basics of Blender. Photoshop will also be necessary, or any alternative to the graphics software like GIMP or Krita. Uh, and you need DDS files plugin for this 2D graphics software. I will link, I will put some links in the description, but in this video we won't be needing Photoshop. We will be doing modeling only. So I will show you how to prepare a model. This model actually is already prepared for Assetto Corsa Convert, and yeah, what I do step by step is, first of all, uh, checking the poly count. Here in Blender you can see, oh, actually you can see because my cursor is not visible, sorry, let me fix that real quick. Oh, okay, it should be visible, yep, now it is. Okay, so here you can see poly count of the whole car. Now poly count is the number of faces, so each individual polygon like that. The more polygons, the worse will be the performance of the car in game. And for game assets for Assetto Corsa, I recommend having no more than 1 million poly. I mean, I work with more at times, like I think 1.5 million is absolute maximum you should aim for. So if you have bigger poly count, you might want to reduce it some way. So do some optimization. For example, you could try dissolving edges right here to reduce poly count, or you could use modifiers like decimate, but be careful with decimate because it can be quite destructive at times. Well, yeah, that's the poly count. One more thing about it. One mesh can have maximum like 60,000, I think, polygons for it to be imported into KS editor. Otherwise, it might throw an error. So if your mesh is extremely high poly, you might want to select half of it and divide it into parts or whatever. Alright, so that's the poly count. Another thing is the coordinates, like orientation of the model. Uh, it should be facing y-axis minus. So if you move it in y-axis and move it forward, the coordinates here on y-axis go down. So yeah, x it goes side to side, and y it goes to minus as it's moving forward. That's because that's basically how my export settings work, and you know, to make sure everything works well for you, you should try to match my orientation as well. Next thing, applying transforms. you should always select all meshes without the empties, actually. Yep. So select all meshes, Control A, and apply rotation and scale. That's also to avoid some bugs. You should always try to have your rotation and scale at 0 for your meshes. Alright, next part. Oh, actually I found a bug. Wow, nice. Never mind, let's leave it for later. Next part are the materials. So you want different materials for different, of course, different materials like leather and car paint. They are completely different, but also few kinds of the same material. For example, I want to be able to paint this part of the car separately from the grills. That's why I have car paint A and car paint B, two separate materials, because I want, for example, make this green and make this black. So if you want to paint two parts of car paint in different colors, you want them to be separate material. Chrome is separate material from, for example, aluminum, because it's more reflective. Also different kinds of leather. So this one will be leather for the seats, for the whole car right here. This one will be different color, or perhaps different texture, so it will have some bigger wrinkles than this one. So I've got all sorts of leather, as you can see, and each kind of leather has its own unique material. Okay, so that's for the separate materials. Next part will be AO and UV mapping, actually. For UV mapping, of course you will save the same UV mapping for like static meshes. So for example the gauges, or if I had some text put on here or whatever, I want to, or like number plate. This UV mapping is quite simple, just like you would UV map any other model. The other models, like for example the leather, should have AO maps. How to make AO maps? First of all, you will need to decide how to split your model, split your AO maps. For example, in my case, I always make one AO map for the rims, one AO maps for all kinds of car paint, so car paint A and car paint B, one AO maps for all metallic materials, so chrome, aluminum, dark metal, etc. And one AO map for the interior materials. So, for example, plastic, leather, Alcantara, carpets, and just any model of the interior with some kind of detail that will have AO map. Why do you need AO maps? Well, because that makes your objects look 1,000 times better, honestly. The AO maps applied soft shadows to the meshes, and they also let you control the details of your materials, for example, number of leather wrinkles, more accurately. I will show you that in the second episode when we cover the KS editor. For now, just know that you need a few separate AO maps. I will make AU maps from scratch again, just for you to see. And for that, I will use Material Utilities add-on. I really recommend getting it. You can get it by going to Edit, Preferences, and Add-ons, and typing Material Utilities and installing it. You basically use Shift-Q to select materials. You can extend selection, so you can select multiple materials. And now that I have my car paint, I use UV, Smart UV project, or other method like unwrap angle based. That's also fine in some cases. I prefer just to use Smart UV because that's most efficient for most of the meshes. So yeah, one UV map for car paint, as I mentioned. One UV map for the rims. Rims are already mapped as well. One UV map for metallic objects. So let me select chrome. And do I have anything else? I think my brakes are, yep, metallic as well. They will get some, I will give them some rust because they are drum brakes, but I will take care of the details later. What else is metallic here? I think that's it actually. Yep, that's it. So, wait, what is this? Oh, right, I added new meshes, never mind. Alright, so, metallic meshes, go to separate map, and now all of the interior meshes go to separate map. So, I will select all interior meshes like leather B, door A, door B, leather roof, leather seats, and leather wheel, and also plastic, also rubber. Is there anything else? Don't think so. Carpet is already selected? No, carpet is not selected. Carpet. Alright, so that's gonna be another map. UV, Smart UV, unwrap. And just like that, we have UV maps for the interior materials. Alright, so that's it for the UV mapping, I think. Oh, also mirrors, sorry, I forgot about mirrors. For mirrors, you want to use this texture that I will link in the description and align your UV map with the texture. So that's kind of self-explanatory, right? You just map your mesh to the mirrors like that. Okay, another part is windows. You want different material and different meshes for exterior and interior windows. So here is the exterior window, and here is the interior window facing this side, facing the interior. They are separate materials because you want different kind of shading for both exterior and interior glass. Exterior glass will be very reflective and, you know, a little bit tinted maybe, but the interior glass, it can't have that many reflections on it, and also it will simulate some effects, like for example the rain on the windscreen. So that's why you need window interior and window exterior. For all the windows I have two separate materials. When it comes to glass, I've got clear glass right here. I've got interior glass right here. Interior glass should be also separate materials, again for different shading. And any other kind of glass with different texture. For example, right here I've got glass with normal map. here I've got normal map as well. Sorry, let me... No. Where is my texture? My texture is gone for some reason. But you must believe me that here there is a normal map applied for this texture. Just like for this one. This is orange glass, in the rear I've got red glass, so each of them is separate material. Now, for the lights, each source of light must be a different object. So, for example, headlights can have just one, I'll actually apply modifier. Headlight can be one single object for left and right headlights, just like this glass right here, just like the bulbs, because headlights always are lighting up symmetrically, so they both light up at the same time. So remember about that. So every emissive part of the object must also be a separate mesh, like in this case bulbs. But if you have turn signals like here, their glass as well as their meshes, like emissive meshes, must be separate for the left side and for the right side, because you want only left turn signals to light up and only right turn signals to light up, right? Same goes for front and rear. Front turn signals are separate from the rear turn signals, because I want them to light up separately and emit the light in different direction. So yeah. That's it for the lights. For the lights I will actually make another tutorial. For now I will just sell you a little trick. Here I've got my normal map glass, and on top of that I've got clear glass for more reflection and better looks. So you can try having fun with that. Anyway, that's lights taken care of. Again, emissive objects are also separate objects from the glass, of course. Okay, we got lights taken care of. Now let's take care of the dummies or empties, whatever program you're working with. So we will be rigging our car. My car is already rigged, so I will go through every empty that I created. First of all, you've got wheel empties. Wheel left front, wheel left rear, right front and right rear. Inside wheel empties, you have rim empties for the rims only, and tires are originated at the same point as the empties, and they are also called tire underscore left front. That's because Assetto needs to know which part of the wheel is rotating and to apply some basic properties to them. And of course to see where are the rims and tires, right? So you always want your wheel empty to be in the middle of your tire. So I select the tire, cursor to selected, and that's where I want my empty to go. It should be right in the middle for the tire to be centered, and right in the center of the wheel as well, to have this smooth rotation. For example, let me preview this for you. If you don't have your empty at the center. It's slightly offset from the center, as you can see. Now look what happens when the wheel rotates. It's really wobbly, right? So to avoid that, make sure your wheel is right at the center. At the same position as the wheel, there are suspension empties. Inside the suspension empties, you could place objects like brake calipers. Those will basically be the objects that rotate with the wheel in one axis, but don't rotate along with the wheel. So, sorry, I didn't really explain it very well right now. Let me just tell you what I mean. You don't want your caliper to rotate with the wheel like that. Yeah, you don't want your caliper to go around, but you want your caliper to rotate with the wheel in that axis, right? You want it to always be mounted on a brake disc. This car doesn't have brake calipers because, again, it has drum brakes. But if you have calipers, just parent it to suspension empty. How do you parent objects? Well, again, select the tire, cursor to selected, out empty, and now select your tire, select your empty, and Control P, object keep transform. That's how you parent your objects to an empty. Now, another empty we will take care of is gonna be, sorry, let me check my notes, not to miss anything. Yeah, as I thought, cockpit HR. That's for everything that is part of interior. And actually I can already see that I've got some bugs here, because this shouldn't be part of cockpit HR, because it's not interior part. In the interior, like all meshes from the interior need to be parented to cockpit HR. That's because cockpit HR tells Assetto Corsa which objects are inside the car, and this also applies slightly different shading to these objects. Another empty is steer HR. As you can see, it's in the interior, so it's also parented to the cockpit HR, right? And children are all elements of the steering wheel. It is aligned with the steering wheel, like that. So steer HR basically tells Assetto Corsa that right here, this is a steering wheel, and this should rotate when you, well, turn your steering wheel. So if you click R and ZZ, it should rotate in local Z axis, right? That's how Assetto knows how to rotate your steering wheel. So make sure it's aligned properly. Again, just to be sure you get it right, I will show you the arrows. Here is the local Z axis, and that's how it rotates, right? I hope this is clear enough. Another part, door. I'm making animated door right now, and that's where all the confusion came from, because all parts of the interior door, so this part and chrome part and handles, etc., should be inside cockpit HR, not to have different shading from other kinds of leather, for example. But you don't want interior shading for exterior parts. That's why I have two separate empties, door left interior and door left in exterior. Actually, this one should be in the exterior, so I will fix it right now before I forget. Parent into door left. And now it should be quite fine, I guess. When I select door left, yes, I have only exterior part of the door. And when I select door left interior, I have only interior parts of the door. Right here I forgot to parent this to the right door, so I will do it now. Okay, and is right door alright? That's the interior part. Yep. And here is the exterior part. Yep. And of course, just to repeat myself again, door right is not parented to cockpit HR, and door right interior, so this part is parented to cockpit HR. I hope it's quite clear because this is part of the interior, right? Alright, those are the empties. Another empties you might want to add are empties for animation pivot points. For example, the door empties, in my case, they are not necessary. You don't need them, but I added them to add animation for door opening. So that's empties for animation. And also I added this empty, not this empty, this is still HR, this empty right here in the dash display, which will be my empty for the digital instruments. Now I won't teach you how to make digital instruments in this video, because they are quite a complex topic, to be honest, so I'd rather send you back to my other video where I explained them in details. So just mind that for analog instruments, like moving parts like the arrows of gauges or position of the numbers, you want another empty as well. Alright, I think I covered everything in this video when it comes to preparing the model. I will also show you my export settings. Operator presets SE selection. Here are my export settings. Make sure yours are the same to avoid any kind of bugs. The most important thing, scale should be 0.01 and forward should be -z forward, y up. Alright, so I think that's everything for this tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to write them in comments, and later I will definitely give you some kind of cheat sheet for modding, so the document file that explains all parts of what I just covered in text, just so you have some kind of notes for yourself. And in the next part we will import this model into Assetto Corsa through KS Editor. We will talk about materials, shaders and texturing of your model inside Assetto Corsa. Alright, so that's everything. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Goodbye.